Texting and drinking is never a good idea. We've all done it, and we've all regretted it. The drunken texts you forgot you sent. Prospectors collected them in Texticated on Rock 107.
From the 703, Arlington, Virginia, it was not lemon Gatorade. Area code 219, Hammond, Indiana. She said her black Crocs were her dress-up Crocs.
You hit send, and we hit the floor laughing in Texticated on Rock 107.
Oxnard, California, area code 805. Would it be too much if I wore Depends to the party so I don't miss any of it? Area code 703, Arlington, Virginia. We couldn't find her phone in the morning, so I called it and found it under the bed. My name came up as Regret.
Proof that booze and cell phones don't mix in Texticated on Rock 107.
From the 423 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He wouldn't have sex with me because his guild had a mission on World of Warcraft. And from the 248, Troy, Michigan. Some girl on the stairs in front of me just farted, and it went straight into my mouth.
Hey, we found him in your telephone in Texticated on Rock 107.
A candidate for the Virginia State Legislature was outed for performing sex acts on the website Chatterbait. I mean, the state is for lovers, right? It's right there in the motto.
Prospector ruins everything, even the news. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
For another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
Dunkin' and Starbucks have rolled out the pumpkin spice. This year I saw pumpkin spice Kahlua and pumpkin spice Special K. Some would say it's too much pumpkin. Not me. I need more pumpkin. I'm so excited. But it's not just coffee. There's pumpkin spice pancake syrup, pumpkin spice peanut butter, pumpkin marshmallows, pumpkin spice country crock margarine. Do I want my toast to be pumpkin-y? You bet I do. There is pumpkin spice bologna. No, really. They even have pumpkin spice Kit Kats. I don't care what it is. If it's pumpkin spice, I am all about it. Wait, there is pumpkin spice Spam. Yuck. Well, that's it. Pumpkin spice is over.
And that was another episode of 1 Minute Inside a Woman's Head.
And now it's time for another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
It's pumpkin spice season. There are too many pumpkin products. It's not even that good. I'll tell you, the only pumpkins I'm interested in are the ones that jiggle under her sweater. Yeah.
And that was another episode of A Few Seconds Inside a Man's Head.
It's nice to know we've wasted billions on this stuff. Good morning. I'm Rock 107's Prospector. An advisory panel for the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, announced yesterday that the most popular decongestant in America doesn't actually work. It's called phenylephrine, and it's in a ton of cold medicines, including Dayquil, Mucinex, Vicks Sinex nasal spray, Tylenol cold and flu, Benadryl allergy plus, a lot of types of Robitussin, and Sudafed PE. Now, a lot of those have other ingredients that do help with symptoms, but they all contain this too. All 16 committee members agreed that it's not dangerous, but there's no real proof that it helps when you're stuffed up. Yeah, it's about as effective as shouting at your TV during a football game, so they're thinking, maybe we shouldn't be selling stuff that doesn't do squat. Hey, wait a minute, that might shut down half the American economy, right? The FDA said they'll take it into consideration. If they agree, drug companies would have to remove it from decongestants and reformulate their products. Now, it first got approved back in the 1970s, but drug companies weren't using it a lot until 2005, when a different type of decongestant got restricted thanks to meth makers. Yeah, thanks a lot, Walter White types. The better one, pseudoephedrine, which I'm sure you've heard of, is in the better type of Sudafed. You know, the one that does work. It's just harder to get now because people keep stealing it to make meth. So you have to show ID. It's behind locked things. So sometimes it's not as easy as grab and go. The one the FDA panel ruled on yesterday has never been proven to work. Back in 2007, a different panel only said it might be effective. But patients and doctors have been saying for years it doesn't seem to do squat. Meanwhile, the cold and medicine industry is raking in almost $1.8 billion a year with this hocus pocus nostril elixir. I mean, you got to admire their marketing skills. I'll give them that. So next time you're at the pharmacy, remember, you might be better off with a hot bowl of chicken soup and some good old-fashioned rest. Apparently, when it comes to decongestants, we've been sniffling down the wrong rabbit hole for decades.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A woman in Alabama found a $6,000 wedding dress at Goodwill for $25. She and her boyfriend are not engaged yet, but she says she's holding on to it, and it fits like a glove.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
All right, what do they do now? Good morning, I'm Rock 107's Prospector. As you probably heard yesterday, Aaron Rodgers officially out for the season with a torn Achilles tendon. So now what? What do the Jets do now? Well, backup quarterback Zach Wilson stepped in and led the Jets to victory, but that doesn't mean he automatically gets the starting job, does it? This might be a long shot, but Colin Kaepernick has reportedly told the Jets he's ready to go. Now, Aaron still gets $75 million guaranteed on his contract, and the Jets should have about $10 million available in salary cap space, which should be enough to sign a veteran QB if they want to go that route. But now that he's sidelined for the entire season, let's check in with Aaron Rodgers.
Hi, good neighbor. Welcome to Mr. Aaron Rodgers' neighborhood. It was a beautiful night for a football game. I took a snap and felt a sharp pain. I thought, really? I tore my Achilles? I was really looking forward to playing for the Jets. I'm glad you Bills fans lost all your bets. Too bad. But I'll be back this time, maybe next year. Unless I get fat, drinking way too much beer. Keep rooting for the Jets. Hopefully this year better than the Mets. And don't you please give up on me, 'cause I'll be seeing you later. Don't you please give up on me, 'cause I'll be seeing you later. Later, fans.
What's a yam bag? A fool, an idiot, a blockhead, a dunce, you know, a dullard, simpleton, or a clod, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth breather, or numbskull.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
It's been the hottest summer ever, so it's hard to argue the message wasn't accurate. Someone in Houston gained access to an electronic construction sign on Monday and changed the message displayed on it. Instead of relaying helpful information about road work up ahead or conditions, it said, "Due to weather, go F yourself." The message stayed up for several hours. A city employee said the controls where you type the message are locked inside a box attached to the sign, so whoever did it probably had access or knew how to break in. No word yet on who was behind it or what kind of charges they could face.
Nominee number 2.
Sure, this sounds like a victimless crime, but it's still a crime nonetheless. A vandal was caught on video smashing a driverless cruise car with a hammer in San Francisco. The person in the video attacked the cruise car at 10:59 p.m. on Sunday. Video shows the vandal slamming a hammer into the autonomous vehicle's windshield and high-tech camera equipment dozens of times. The vandal fled from the scene before officers arrived. The person's identity and motive remain a mystery, and no arrests have been made.
And the winner is
the guy who attacked the self-driving car with a hammer. You are the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.